Welcome to our Hong Kong Brief program. I'm your host, Jenny. Today, we dive into some intriguing stories making waves in the news. First up, China has stirred the pot with its recent naval drills in the Tasman Sea, leading to flight diversions and criticism from Australia. This move is seen as part of China's strategy to flex its naval muscles and challenge U.S. influence in the region. Next, we explore the vibrant art scene in Hong Kong where contemporary ink artist Hong Wai pays homage to Cantopop diva Anita Mui in her latest exhibition. With a blend of traditional and modern techniques, she challenges perceptions and celebrates cultural fluidity, while also mentoring a humanoid robot to create art. Lastly, snooker sensation Marco Fu is at a pivotal point in his career as he prepares for the World Championship. With a long and storied career behind him, Fu is contemplating his future after this tournament, especially after a challenging season. Will he continue to compete or take a step back? Stay tuned for more details. South China Morning Post. Recently, China conducted live-fire military drills in the Tasman Sea, which lies between Australia and New Zealand, a move that has raised eyebrows and concerns in the region. Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese criticised the lack of prior notification regarding these exercises, which caused the diversion of 49 commercial flights. The drills included China's advanced Type 055 destroyer, showcasing the country's growing naval prowess. Analysts suggest that these exercises are part of China's broader strategy to assert its maritime influence and counter the U.S. island chain strategy, which is perceived as a threat to its security. By projecting power beyond the first island chain, China aims to undermine U.S. naval dominance and secure its trade routes, signaling a warning to both the U.S. and its allies about its military capabilities. South China Morning Post. The success of animated films like Ne Zha and video games such as Black Myth, Wukong is transforming the creative landscape in China, encouraging a new generation to pursue careers in the arts. Anson Chan from Guangzhou reflects on how, for years, traditional advice steered young people towards more stable professions like law or medicine, leaving the arts undervalued. However, with the creative industry booming, there is a renewed appreciation for artistic careers, and the potential for cultural exports is being recognized on a global scale. This shift is not just about financial success, it's about redefining cultural narratives and promoting Chinese soft power internationally. South China Morning Post. In a striking exhibition titled No Way to Be Good, contemporary ink artist Hong Wai pays homage to the late Cantopop diva Anita Mui, challenging traditional notions of Chinese ink painting and calligraphy. Hong, who has traveled from Shanghai to Paris, uses her art to explore themes of femininity and identity, incorporating lace as a motif to modernize the genre. Her work captures the spirit of Hong Kong's cultural history, particularly the boldness of the 1980s Cantopop scene. The exhibition features innovative pieces that fuse traditional techniques with contemporary issues, such as the experiences of Asian immigrant women in Paris. Hong's creative journey culminates in a collaboration with a humanoid robot, showcasing the intersection of technology and art, and inviting audiences to engage with the evolving narrative of Chinese culture. South China Morning Post reports that the luxury retail sector in China is facing a significant downturn, prompting major brands like Gucci and Prada to close multiple stores in key cities. Kering, the parent company of Gucci, recently shut down 2 stores in Shanghai, marking a notable retreat from the market after years of presence. The trend reflects a broader shift in consumer behavior, with many Chinese shoppers opting to spend their money abroad rather than at home, leading to an estimated 18 to 20% decline in luxury sales last year. Analysts suggest that this decline is exacerbated by rising vacancy rates in retail properties and a shift in consumer preferences towards value-preserving goods, such as experiences rather than traditional luxury items. The Chinese government is now prioritizing initiatives to boost domestic consumption, including substantial subsidies aimed at reversing this worrying trend. South China Morning Post also highlights the potential for Hong Kong to learn from the success of Hangzhou's tech startups, particularly the 6 little dragons that have emerged in the AI and high-tech sectors. Despite facing financial challenges, Hong Kong is encouraged to cultivate its own tech ecosystem by fostering innovation and entrepreneurship. The article emphasizes the need for a supportive environment for young entrepreneurs and the establishment of partnerships with educational institutions to nurture talent. With its proximity to mainland China and a growing interest in future industries, Hong Kong has the opportunity to position itself as a global tech hub. However, it must overcome significant hurdles, including a lack of substantial research breakthroughs and a slower pace of development compared to its counterparts, to truly compete on the international stage. South China Morning Post reveals a recent controversy surrounding the World Grand Prix snooker tournament held at Kai Tak Sports Park in Hong Kong, where fans were prematurely ejected during a match due to a curfew. This incident sparked concerns about the city's reputation, as officials and organizers had been warned that such actions could reflect poorly on Hong Kong. The curfew was initially set for 11 p.m. but was later pushed to midnight, leading to confusion and frustration among spectators. The tournament director had foreseen potential disruptions and had communicated with players to maintain focus. Fortunately, an agreement was reached to allow fans to remain until matches concluded for the remainder of the event. The incident, while embarrassing, has prompted discussions about the future of snooker tournaments in the city and whether they will return to Kai Tak next year. South China Morning Post highlights Hong Kong's potential to attract more Muslim visitors by developing unique cultural experiences tailored to their needs. Diplomats and tourism professionals suggest initiatives like a Hong Kong Ramadan Bazaar that could showcase local and international offerings. The Mira Hotel, recently rated 5 stars for Muslim friendliness, exemplifies efforts to cater to this demographic by providing halal-certified kitchens and prayer facilities. With a significant increase in Muslim visitors from Malaysia, Indonesia, and the Gulf Cooperation Council, the Hong Kong Tourism Board is actively working to enhance halal dining options and promote the city as a Muslim-friendly destination. South China Morning Post also discusses the growing influence of stable coins in bridging Web3 and traditional finance, presenting Hong Kong's US dollar peg as a strategic advantage. The city's established financial infrastructure and regulatory environment attract businesses involved in stablecoin trading, which predominantly occurs with US dollar-backed currencies. Despite the advantages, challenges remain in attracting major blockchain firms, as many prefer Singapore for its more favorable regulatory landscape. The potential for stablecoins to facilitate international payments and reduce transaction costs is highlighted, especially in regions with significant remittance flows, further solidifying Hong Kong's role in the evolving financial landscape. South China Morning Post addresses the implications of President Trump's recent executive order designating English as the official language of the United States. This policy, while seemingly pragmatic, poses serious risks to linguistic diversity and the rights of non-English speakers. By revoking previous mandates for language assistance in federal services, it jeopardizes access for the approximately 10% of the population with limited English proficiency. The article emphasizes the importance of linguistic pluralism over assimilation, advocating for the right to use one's heritage language as a fundamental human right. The TESOL International Association's opposition to the order underscores the need for inclusive practices that honor cultural and linguistic diversity while promoting English language learning. South China Morning Post highlights the inspiring journey of Alison Drake, a Hong Kong schoolteacher who turned to yoga as a means of coping with her father's terminal cancer diagnosis in 2008. Initially devastated by the news, she found solace in running, which became a therapeutic outlet for her grief. After her father's passing, she promised him she would run a marathon, a goal she achieved in 2012, completing the London Marathon for Cancer Research UK. Over time, Drake discovered the profound impact yoga had on her emotional well-being, leading her to become a full-time yoga teacher specializing in mindfulness and emotional regulation for children and teenagers. Her classes incorporate fun themes and breathing exercises, teaching students to recognize and process their emotions, ultimately equipping them with essential coping strategies for life's challenges. In another piece, the South China Morning Post discusses the recent liquidity boost in yuan for Hong Kong's banks, which is expected to significantly aid corporate clients in need of loans. The Hong Kong Monetary Authority, HKMA, has introduced a 100 billion yuan trade financing facility, allowing banks to extend trade settlements from 7 days to 6 months. This initiative not only enhances the stability of yuan-denominated funding but also reinforces Hong Kong's position as a leading offshore yuan trading center. The timing is particularly advantageous given the strength of the US dollar, which has made dollar-denominated loans less appealing. With major banks like HSBC and Standard Chartered participating, this move is poised to attract more mainland capital and deepen trading liquidity in yuan-denominated assets, countering perceptions of Hong Kong's declining financial status. Additionally, the South China Morning Post reflects on the cultural loss felt by the closure of the Sunbeam Theatre, a cherished venue for Cantonese opera in Hong Kong. After 52 years of performances, the theater's final curtain fell on March 3, marking the end of an era for a space that had become synonymous with local cultural heritage. Despite the theater's closure, the significance of Cantonese opera has been recognized through its inclusion in national and UNESCO heritage lists, and efforts to sustain the art form continue through government funding and new initiatives. However, the audience demographics remain limited, primarily attracting older individuals, indicating a need for broader outreach and engagement to ensure the future vitality of Cantonese opera. As the community mourns the loss of the Sunbeam Theatre, there is hope that new venues will rise to keep the spirit of this beloved art form alive. South China Morning Post highlights the tumultuous early marriage of Kim Kardashian to music producer Damon Thomas. Kim, at the tender age of 19, eloped with the 29-year-old Thomas in 2000, but the marriage lasted less than 4 years before he filed for divorce in 2003. In a recent episode of The Kardashians, Kim reminisced about the tough times following her divorce, particularly how her younger sister Khloe helped her financially during that period by gifting her a piggy bank filled with $6,000. The couple's relationship was marred by allegations of violence from Kim, which Damon has denied, and their divorce settlement left him with financial burdens, including child support payments for his son from another relationship. In a heartwarming turn of events, South China Morning Post reports on Tiger Woods' daughter, Sam Alexis Woods, showcasing her talent in soccer while her father proudly cheered from the stands. Sam, a 17-year-old defender and captain of her high school team, recently led them to victory in a state championship match. Interestingly, her name was inspired by a childhood nickname from her grandfather, and she has developed a strong bond with her father, especially following his tumultuous past. During Woods' induction into the World Golf Hall of Fame, Sam played a significant role by delivering a touching introduction speech, highlighting her father's resilience. Despite her father's illustrious golf career, Sam has chosen to pursue soccer, showing that passion for sports can take many forms in the Woods family. Meanwhile, South China Morning Post introduces Hero Fiennes Tiffin, the talented nephew of renowned actor Ralph Fiennes, who is carving out his own niche in the entertainment industry. At just 27 years old, Hero has already made a name for himself, having portrayed a young Voldemort in the Harry Potter series and recently starring in the rom-com Picture This alongside Simone Ashley. Born into a family with a rich artistic heritage, Hero has also dabbled in modeling for high-profile brands like Dolce & Gabbana. With an estimated net worth of $1.3 million, he is steadily building his career in film while maintaining a low profile regarding his personal life, as he appears to be currently single. This young actor is certainly one to watch as he continues to follow in the footsteps of his famous relatives. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the 6Do team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of 6Do Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the 6Do team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize 6Do Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, 6dobrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive 6Do Brief via email.
Turn on the TV screen, see the world unseen. China's on the news tonight, history in the spotlight. Scroll through my phone again, find out where to begin. Stories from the east to west, learning from the very best. News in China every day, learning in a fun new way. From the cities to the farms, feel the heartbeat, feel the charm. Ancient tales in modern times, mountains high and river rhymes. Culture rich in every town, golden driving never down. Every headline a new friend, from beginning to the end. Connecting hearts through every word, China's story always heard. News in China every day, learning a fun new way. From the cities to the farms, feel the heartbeat, feel the charm. Every headline a new friend, from beginning to the end. Connecting hearts through every word, China's story always heard.